I'm Christina, owner of Christina Johnson Wellness, and I specialize in helping you create a clean and mindful eating lifestyle so you can lose weight for good. And today we are talking all about bok choy. So I'm gonna share with you what bok choy is, what to do with it after you buy it from the grocery store. I give you a couple easy ways to prepare it. Plus I have a really good recipe that I'll share with you as well. So this is Bok Choy 101 today. I also wanted to share that I'm going to start doing these videos more often, probably once a month, where I highlight a different vegetable or superfood or health ingredient. Because I think a lot of times when we're starting to eat clean, you see these like vegetables or ingredients in recipes, or you hear people talk about them, and you really just have no idea what they are or where to find them in the grocery store or what to do with them once you buy them. And so I really believe that variety is really important when we're eating clean, because different foods, different vegetables, different ingredients have different health benefits to them. And not only that, let's be honest, if you're eating chicken and broccoli all the time, it gets boring. And so no wonder it's hard to stick with eating healthy. Clean eating can actually taste really good when you know different foods to try and include in your diet. So I'll be doing that. Look for those videos over the upcoming months. I'll be sharing more of these, highlighting different vegetables or superfoods. And so I would love to hear from you before I get started with the bok choy. Let me know in the comments, is there any specific vegetable or health ingredient you've seen in recipes or heard people talk about that you would love to know more about? Put it in the comments and I will add it to my list. I've been thinking about things like collagen, maybe like spaghetti squash. How do you make a spaghetti squash? How do you make zucchini noodles? Just different things like that. So let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you would love to know more about. But let's get started talking about bok choy today. I'm also curious, have you ever used bok choy or not? Let me know in the comments, just yes or no. And if you have, what kind of recipe did you make with that bok choy? So first of all, bok choy, it's also known as Chinese cabbage, and it looks kind of like a celery stalk almost, the white part and then the green leafy part. And bok choy is used often in Asian dishes. It has a really mild flavor, pretty easy texture, and so it's a great new vegetable to try because it's not like super overbearing or have like a really bad taste. So it's a great new vegetable to try if you're looking for one. And I've got my notes here on all the health properties so I don't forget anything. But just some of the benefits of bok choy. First of all, one serving of bok choy, which is about a cup, has 36% of our vitamin C needs for the day. Plus, it's a great source of vitamin A and vitamin K. So that's a really good way to support our immune system. So it's great for that. It's also obviously a vegetable, so it's a good source of fiber, which is another great nutrient that we need, and a good source of folate, which is one of the B vitamins. And surprisingly, it has 6% of our calcium needs for the day. I think a lot of people, when you start eating clean, you realize that maybe dairy is not your friend, but then we get worried about how are we going to get our calcium. Well, there's actually a lot of ways to get calcium, which I never realized before, that you can get calcium from vegetables. So it's a source of calcium. And just because, of the antioxidant properties that it has, it's been shown that it may protect against certain types of cancers like breast cancer and colon, prostate cancer. It's part of the cruciferous family, and so it's really great. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage and Brussels sprouts, they're great at helping our body detoxify and get rid of excess estrogens. So that's another bonus for it. It's shown to support heart health and support healthy cholesterol levels, and it's great for bone health as well because of the nutrients it has in it, like vitamin K and calcium. So overall, there's so many great benefits of eating bok choy. Okay, so how to use it. First of all, you can use it raw or cooked. I think the only way I've ever used it though is cooked. And you can eat the whole thing. So you can eat the white stem and the green leafy parts. So you can eat any part of it. And like I said, it's got a pretty mild flavor, so it's easy to eat. So when I am preparing bok choy, you probably can't see super well, but I just trim off the end of it here. Just the very end piece there. And it separates it all into stalks. And then I take each stalk and I rinse it off because they tend to have some dirt in it. But then what I like to do is take the stalk and I just use my knife and cut off the green leafy part. So then I do that with all of them. So I have my white stems and then I have my green leafy parts, and just keep them in 2 separate piles, because when you're cooking them, the white stem just takes a little bit longer to cook and soften up, and the green leafy part just takes like a minute to saute it and get it wilted. So I will, I have my pile of white stems and I just dice it up kind of like you would an onion or a sweet potato. And then the green leafy part, you can just kind of roughly chop it. It doesn't have to be very small. And then there's lots of ways that you can use it. So one really simple way is to make a side dish out of it. You can just saute it. So you can take a pan, add a little bit of oil, like olive oil or butter, to the bottom of your pan, and then just add the white stems that you've diced up. And so you just saute it in there for probably 3 minutes, I would say, until it starts to get soft. And if you want more flavor, you can add some minced garlic while you're sauteing the bok choy stem. You could add some mushrooms, you could add fresh ginger. That would all give it really great flavor, because it is a pretty mild tasting vegetable. It doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own. So you saute the bok choy with garlic, mushrooms, ginger, whatever your choice is, for about 3 minutes. And then once it seems soft, then you can just add in the greens for about another minute to let them get wilted. And then that's it. So you could have this side dish done probably in 5 or 6 minutes. So it's a really great quick side dish when you need something like that. You can also, once it's done, you could add a splash of coconut aminos, which I think that's an ingredient that I'll highlight in a separate video. But coconut aminos are a substitute for soy sauce, so it just gives it a little more of an Asian flair. You could put some toasted sesame seeds on it, and then your side dish is ready to go. So that is one very easy way to prepare bok choy. My favorite way, though, is to make my beef and bok choy recipe. So this recipe, and I will give you the recipe, you can actually, I put it in my top 10 foods that make it easier to lose weight guide. In that guide, I've included 10 foods and 10 different recipes, and the beef and bok choy is one of them. So you can download that. I'll email it to you for free at ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/food. I'll put the link in the comments or to the description so you have it. But this recipe, it's just ground beef, and you chop up some onion and garlic, which gives it really great flavor. You add the bok choy. Sometimes I add some extra kale leaves for a little bit of a more boost of nutrients. And then I like to serve it over spaghetti squash. So it's a really simple meal, and I will tell you, I have given this recipe to a lot of people, some who eat healthy, some who don't, and I think it's almost always been a hit. So it's got good flavor and lots of great nutrients in it as well. So be sure to get that recipe. Go to ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/food, and the beef and bok choy recipe is one of the 10 recipes that's in that guide. So be sure to grab that, because it really is a quick and easy way, and that's what I would recommend. If you're new to bok choy, that's probably the best way to try it out. It's actually the first way I used bok choy. So I'm curious, again, if you haven't let me know, have you used bok choy or not, and are you going to give it a try? It is just a great way to get some more variety in your meals. So if you have any questions at all, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be curious to hear what you think once you make your bok choy. I will talk to you again later. Bye.